it is our practice to offer an opportunity for the public to share anything with us they would like at the beginning of our meetings, anything that is not otherwise on our agenda today. And we're going to receive a report from Mr. Witt and others through the course of our meeting today. But are there any members of the public here this morning that would like to make a comment to us about anything that is not on our agenda?
I'm here to tell you that Kern County needs to be divided. We need to have an East Kern County, and because it's too much of a problem to go through the mountains and to go that far distance. For example, from California City, so it needs to be divided. And California City needs to be the county seat.
This is incredible. And I totally disagree with what was just stated. You guys are doing a great job, the fact that you're out here and you understand what's going on out here.
I wanted to take a moment, especially in light of your coming up to Mojave today, to express our gratitude for the action you took on Tuesday to support the alignment of the high-speed rail through the Allen Valley. Your comments, each and every one of you, were spot on with our concerns, and I appreciate your consideration of them.
I would beg you, when you return, to at least take a trip down Oak Creek Road. Realize that Alta 2, the infill project, will bring those windmills within 1.5 miles to 2 miles of the 14. Okay? Historically, desert communities grow towards the west, towards the mountains. There's a number of reasons for that. Nicer views, the landscape. They like the areas more. Okay? We're cutting off growth in that direction. Okay? I'm not saying that we are totally against windmills, but we must think about where they're being placed. When you drive out Oak Creek Road, take a look at what you have there. If you calculate the surface area of all of those hollow tubes, realize that we're establishing a radiator there. One of the unintended consequences that has not been looked at is how much heat is going to be generated by the winds that blow past them. They're going to heat up all day. Think of them in terms of equivalency of cars in a parking lot. It's like having thousands of cars out there. That's a lot of surface area. And the air is going to be drier and hotter as it blows this way.
I'm here because, talking about the windmill thing, right now they're all over the area. You're more than welcome to come out to my house and see what it looks like. I've been listening to them every evening with the window open because I'm trying to get some cool, get some cool breeze in there. I'm mostly concerned about the health issue that's involved with bringing more of them in closer to where we live. Most of the experts say that there needs to be at least a 1 mile buffer between where people live and where the windmills are. And I'm really worried about the EMF, which is electromagnetic field that's created by it, the noise from the generators, the wind from the other things that can actually affect your equilibrium, your balance, and your quality of life. And that's what I'd like to see something done about. I'm really concerned about that. Right now, it looks like they're going to be about 1,200 feet from, they can put them at 1,200 feet from where the houses are right there.
Kern County has a rich heritage, and you heard about the concerns, and it's funny, I learned 3 things already this morning. Different concerns, different people, having a venue to share them. It's America, and I'll tell you, it's always local.
What happened on the left, the blue were federal grants. The district, when I started, had become a little bit intoxicated on revenues and were living off receipts and not building infrastructure for the next wave for the future. And so the thing I saw and I tried to do was, okay, let's identify where we are. We had a big dip right when I started in 2002, the second bar, and became very aggressive, met with Mr. Thomas at the time, and said we need some federal help to redo runways, taxiways, and actually build a new taxiway that will enable 400 acres for commercial development for the future. And that's what the big blue was for the next 3 years. Those were runway extensions, taxiway construction, a radar for our tower, a new communication, security fence, a security system, because people want security. If you're going to get a rocket company to come here and store, house energetic liquids, they want security. The spike in revenue is going to end in the next 12 months. Like the contracts point that way. any development you see on the wind side is going to come to a screeching halt by and large about 31st of December of 12. And I think that will shift to other energy sectors where you'll see incentives in solar and other developments. I think you'll still see wind developments, replacements, and the like over the long haul, but the big spike in local job growth and revenue is going to come to an end in 12 months. On the aviation side, I said it Tuesday, if Mojave is successful with the traction we have in the new space industry, and with NASA as a great customer, and the European Space Agency as customer, and then the Russians are going to become customers of the commercial space industry, moving crew and cargo to the station and others. You're going to see Mojave in the R&D phase of that for many years. There's just too much going on here to ignore it. And so I see us long-term working a project now with a foreign country. We're going to announce it sometime later this year that will put a spotlight back on Mojave and continue to kick our can down the road, if you will, on bringing an international spotlight to us. I enjoy having an operation that brings in foreign investment, big-time foreign investment. America needs to be thinking more along those lines and getting back into manufacturing. We're actually building spaceships in Mojave. Folks, that's manufacturing, things that aren't happening. The reason the board wanted me to develop and reactivate our rail on the airport 10 years ago was because it was good business 50 years ago. Why wouldn't it be good business today? And it's turned out to be good business for us and for the region. I mean, frankly, whether you're for windmills or against them, it was coming this way. Would you rather these things being unloaded in Victorville and all the jobs in Victorville, or would you rather them be right here? Well, for the wind guys, closer is better. And they were going to put them in Victorville and unload them there and truck them across. Well, we just shorten the Laszlo's theory of economics right there. But there's going to be something else. There's specialty tanks that go to Vandenberg are now unloaded here because they can't fit through the tunnels on the rail. So they unload them here, put them on trucks, they drive them over. Today, if you go out there, you'll see a big airliner sitting on the back of a rail car. Well, a blade came in on that rail car and an airplane fuselage is going out because we activated the rail. People are thinking, well, we can just load it up right here and ship it to the East Coast. That's the kind of thinking that's going on. So we don't have to have all the answers. We just have to keep investing in capability.
Mr. Chairman, this is a historical moment for the Kern County Board of Supervisors to come here to East Kern and hold a meeting. What are your feelings about that?
I think one phrase that captures all of it is we were welcome to unrestricted dream space today. That's a great way to capture the can-do, anything is possible atmosphere and mindset that's here. I can't tell you how exciting it is to have that right here in Kern County.
An honor and privilege to have all of my fellow board members out here at the Mojave Air Space Port for a tour. The research, test, and development, the innovation that we have out here, I think is something that you have to see for your own eyes to truly appreciate. And they've all made time in their busy schedules to come out here and do just that.
And the chairman credited you with being persistent in making this happen. So I'm sure all of us out here thank you for that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I felt once again that it was a very important thing for the board members to do, come out here to Mojave Air Space Port and see for their own eyes what's going on. And, I was persistent about it, and fortunately my colleagues all agreed, and I think they're going to really see some things, and they're going to knock their socks off today.
Well, I really appreciate Zach offering to bring this board over here. You can see it, hear about it, read about it, but until you actually experience it over here, it doesn't have the full impact. And I think they're really going to come out of here with a slightly clearer view of what really we do here.
This is rather historic. In the 4 years that I've been clerk of the board, we had, other than Kern Medical Center meetings, we've only met one other time, the board and all of the incorporated cities in Kern had a meeting in McFarland.
On your watch, we have a historical first of many that you've had here, but to get the supervisors from Kern County to come over the hill and touch and feel what we have here, what does that feel like?
Oh, it's a big deal. In my 59 years, I've only been to one Board of Supervisors meeting that wasn't in Bakersfield, and I've been going to them since I was 9 years old. It's a very big deal, and it's a real endorsement that we're doing something right to have host the Board of Supervisors today.